Avenue Imperator, Caesar, morituri te salutant. Hail, Emperor, those who are about to die salute you. This phrase characterizes our thinking about gladiators, who were often seen as the doomed in history. In fact, it is historically incorrect and was probably never used in this way. Nevertheless, the gladiator's life was a bloody and deadly one, but it was far less deadly than we are often led to believe in films and myths today. Many fights did not end with the death of one of the opponents. Gladiators were often prisoners of war and slaves who were trained in special facilities near the arenas. A lot of time and effort was invested in turning them into good fighters who fought as spectacularly as possible. Gladiator fights were the entertainment of the time. There was no television and no internet. They were a mass attraction for the warlike Roman people, and they had their own fan base. At the same time, many Romans themselves were experienced in the use of weapons and battle-hardened, as they had served in the legions. In the end, the crowd of spectators probably decided whether a gladiator stayed alive or was killed. The emperor usually bowed to the pressure of the crowd. In addition, a lot of time, energy and resources had been invested in training the gladiators. A senseless fast death would have been a waste. You won't kill your own time and money. Emperors often tried to buy the favor of the masses with good gladiatorial games. They wanted to be popular in order to prevent possible revolts. The mere fact that Romans also took part in the gladiator fights voluntarily and professionally shows that there was a good chance of surviving the often bloody games. Good gladiators were the superstars of their time and were honored accordingly. Long-term successful fighters were often given their freedom. They were later even used as bodyguards. Incidentally, gladiators were not muscular athletes. They often fed on a cereal porridge and were probably quite fat or well-fed by today's standards. This helped them to survive in the event of minor injuries. Nevertheless, the arenas were cruel, murderous places and showed both the decadence and inhumanity of the spirit of the time. You will recognize them by their deeds and customs. And the arenas were also the scene of cruel persecutions of Christians and torture under Nero and others. Today, they are both a memorial and a reminder of the senseless suffering and death of hundreds of thousands.